everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to tell you guys 6 things that I'm doing to keep my budget simple. Let me get right into it. The reason that I'm doing this is I was spending a lot of time on budgeting, more than I care to say, and I wasn't really keeping up with it, so it wasn't doing me any good. I was not only writing things down in a notebook, which is my preferred method, but I was also trying to keep track of a spreadsheet as well, and it was double the work. I know many folks, and you see many of the channels out there, show us their wonderful spreadsheets with their budgets, which, don't get me wrong, they're fabulous, but at my stage in life, I like to keep things simple. And as a matter of fact, you can probably just see from here, there's not that many things written on this notebook because I don't have that many expenses to write about. So let me get right into this, the simple things I do. I know each of our lives are different. That's why they call it personal finance. So what you do or what I do may not work for each other, and that's okay, but we may learn some useful tips from one another. So the first thing that I do is I already know what my overall expenses are. I write them down on a notebook. And by the way, my main check that comes, I get paid once a month. Some people get paid weekly, some get paid bi-weekly. My main check comes one time a month. So I generally pay most of my bills once a month. So what I do is a few weeks before, I write down all the bills or the expenses that I think I'm going to have, and if there's something additional. For example, let's say that I know that I'm going to have some work done on the air conditioner and it's going to be $200. I would add that on here. So that would be an example of something that I would do. So I write all this stuff down. I used to do that and keep it all on a spreadsheet. So that's one of the things I do. I keep it in a notebook. Number 2, all my bank accounts, Monday through Friday, I check them once a day just to make sure everything looks good and just to see if there's anything that's off. I check to make sure any transfers go through. So I check on those daily. It doesn't take but 5 minutes. Number 3, I keep my expenses low. I don't have that many bills or auto type payments coming out, and the auto payments go on my credit card. And so I don't have a lot to keep up with, so that is extremely helpful. Number 4, the one area that I am tracking my expenses is groceries. I know some folks like to write down how they spend every penny. So for example, if they were to go buy a pair of socks and they spent $3.50, they would keep track of that. Nothing wrong with that. I don't do that, but what I do instead is, which is the next thing, is for me right now, I'm using the cash envelope system. I take out an amount of cash for all my spending, all my groceries, and it has to last me until the next pay period. There's only been once where I ran out of money. Usually I do have money left over. So the one thing I do track is my grocery spending because I'm trying to make sure that I'm under budget. Jan and Feb, I was under budget. March, I was $17 over. So those tips really help, but I am keeping track of my groceries because I like to compare year to year. Okay, last but not least, number 6, you guys know this, I automate my savings. One of the side gigs or side hustles that I have is I do product demos on weekends. I have that money and they pay by direct deposit. I have it directly put into a higher interest savings, and it pays a higher interest than a regular brick and mortar bank, and I have it directly put in there so I don't even have to think about it. That way I know that I am saving money each and every month. So I do automate my savings so that I don't even have to think about it. These are 6 things that I do to keep budgeting simple for me. It doesn't mean I won't change things down the road. That's the beauty about any goals, especially any financial goals. You can change them. That's why we reallocate our budget. We can change things up anytime we want. And that's the beauty of having a budget. That's all I have to say. Let me ask you guys, do you want to share your budgeting method? And do you have any tips and tricks that have been a game changer for you? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. That's all for now. This is Money Mom signing off, and as always, I love you. Bye-bye.